I'm going to talk to you today about something that didn't exist when I was young. It was called helicopter parenting. And the rising trend of helicopter parenting, or having parents who just hover over a child's every move. They're on top of everything they do in school. They're on top of every social event like play dates and birthday parties. And did my child get that cupcake with the same amount of frosting, or the special piece of cake that I really wanted him to have because he's special? Even at the home, parents, especially the parents who are the helicopter parents, they see it as really being that amazing parent who's such a great parent, and I'm doting over my child's whole life, and dedicated to my child's success academically, socially, professionally later in life. And for those parents, they think it's the only way to prevent their child from being, abducted or molested, sometimes not even letting them sleep over friends' houses, and God forbid, murdered. They get to watch every single precious moment that their child has in life and relishes it, often crying when they reflect back on what they were able to see. And they actually are able to watch their child morph from a normal, typically developing child into a neurotic cream puff of an adult. Um, there's also no need, the pros is that the child doesn't have to waste their time trying to come up with their own dreams of what they want to do in life, because mom or dad has already told them what they're going to be when they grow up. Um, they don't have to worry about getting dirty, because they usually don't. And some of these parents will even quit their own career, sacrificing themselves at the altar of their child's success. Um, they also don't let their children get anything other than an A in every single language or subject matter, and so they put them in lots of tutoring and things like that. And being a helicopter parent actually guarantees that you'll be there when your child has a nervous breakdown from all the helicoptering that you're doing for them. But there really is a very big downside to this, and that is that it leads to a dependency, because when a parent is helicoptering, hovering over their child, what the message really is I don't trust you to do anything on your own. I need you to always be under my watchful eye so I can make sure you never mess up. It also creates a child who feels that they can never mess up, and that's where some of the neuroses and the anxieties come from. And it might actually be that your child doesn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a famous basketball player or a jazz musician. They might just want to collect the trash. Happily so. I mean, kids love it when the trash trucks go by. The other thing that happens when a parent is a helicopter parent is, because they're making sure that the child always gets the best of everything, these children tend to grow up with a sense of entitlement that the whole world is my oyster, and I can literally take whatever I want, almost to the point of plundering. Um, dare I say, these kids are often the worst ones to be around. These are like the kids that you don't want to see. Um, and I don't know. I think I'm going to give you my own little 2 cents here. I think it's a really bad way for parents to make up for any of the deficiencies or failures or weaknesses that they had in their own life, and living vicariously through their children. There was a study done I think it was Harvard or Yale, to see why so many freshmen were dropping out. And they realized that for the kids that were dropping out, there were two kinds. There were either the Krispies or the teacups. The teacups were the ones who were so fragile that they broke at anything, because the parents had been the ones who actually got them into Harvard. And the Krispies were the ones whose parents had worked them so hard to get into Harvard that by the time they got into Harvard, they were burnt to a crisp. Ergo, that word Krispies. And that is my little take on what happens when there are helicopter parents. See you.